Hello there, it's David here from Dingle Lane. Now, many businesses are facing a prolonged period of changing circumstances, adjusting ways of doing business, shifting modes of working, adapting to changing customer expectations. And a large part of the work that practices like mine do is to help you manage and reduce the risk involved in those processes. Explain in plain English-ish how to take appropriate actions and to strengthen your core business for the medium to long term. Now, one of the things that we use is a diagnostic tool that helps us identify the key issues to manage and navigate times of disruption, not only in your financial activities, but also strengthening your strategic focus. And key to that is identifying priority areas for immediate action. On the strategic management side, we use a number of tools to do this, but at the core is a whole raft of questions. And for this, of course, it helps that I'm an absolutely nosy blighter. But in reality, it helps strategic and vital service providers like Dingle Lane gain a really deep understanding of your business and its drivers to help us better serve you and guide you through the good times and the bad. So for the rest of this video, what I'm planning to do is just ask you a series of questions to give you a hint of the kinds of things that we'd explore with you and perhaps trigger some thoughts for you as you look to move your own business forward. Firstly, and perhaps one of the biggest changes to workplaces in recent times has been the increased option of remote working. And this carries a whole range of issues related to the business, many of them for the positive. Certainly, it allows you to be much more flexible in working patterns, which opens up tremendous productivity gains from keeping experienced staff who need to shift their work-life balance, but it does have impact on your systems and your processes. And this naturally leads to the question of whether your systems are really fit for the 21st century. Are there better ways of doing what you do to enable better remote working and to manage it better? How are you managing your productivity and availability expectations from customers, for instance? So how have you explored alternative working schedules that allow you to establish working hours in a way that work for your customers? Is your IT infrastructure up to the data needs of cloud working? Do your staff have access to the right kit? Indeed, one can even ask, are traditional computers and laptops even necessary? My firm, for instance, runs purely on Chromebooks. I don't have a laptop or a full computer in the house. It's just not necessary. Virtual private networks are inexpensive, as are fully secure end-to-end encrypted email solutions, as well as digital signatures for legal documents. What software systems are you using? How are you managing your asset tracking and software license management activity so that you can effectively cope with remote working? And how, of course, is your IT support network structured to cope with that very different way of managing your IT infrastructure? Have you looked at your employer HR policies to reflect this changed working environment? Have your managers and team leaders been trained on how to lead in a remote environment? It requires very different leadership styles and skills to office-based work. What interpersonal tools are you using to support remote workers? You need to adjust to more frequent messaging, where speed is often far more important than having the perfect message. Increasing virtual touch points become necessary to enable staff to engage at a social level as well as for work. One of the key things that often people miss from remote working and leads to a reduction in productivity is that loss of social interaction, and being able to reintegrate and re-establish that even in a virtual way makes a big difference. How transparent are you about your operational development plans? Are you opening up opportunities to inspire creativity, innovation and decision making at all levels across your business? How well are you monitoring regulatory requirements for your business? Government policy is rapidly changing in many areas opening up development opportunities which were previously closed, allowing many businesses to operate and to explore niches that were previously unfeasible. Are you aware of the direction of travel of regulation in your area so that you can stay ahead of the game and so be first to market? When was the last time you undertook a serious SWOT analysis of your business and updated and reviewed your strategic plan? Have you reviewed and updated your business continuity plans in the light of experience? What products, what services are absolutely critical to your ongoing cash flow? Do you know the relative value of each product or service against your business continuity risks so that you can quickly move resources around when needed? Can you reallocate resources within your business to maximise their benefit before calling in outside help? Well, except for calling in your vital external accountant, of course, but then I would say that. Have you had a closer look at how you manage and deliver your products and services to a customer base who themselves may be becoming more dispersed and decentralised? Have you or your delivery partners really addressed the value of something as fundamental as accurate delivery addresses, including difficult or non-traditional locations? As you're delivering to increasingly dispersed and disparate locations, you may find access becomes an issue. You may find that how you deliver and the kit that you need to have on the ground with your delivery people changes and adapts. The size of your vehicle fleet needs to change and adapt. That last mile becomes a really important part of your whole infrastructure, and how you get products and services into that last mile makes a big difference. Perhaps most importantly, how well defined is your customer relationship management or CRM processes? Are you able to mine it effectively for data and trends? Can you learn about customer buying patterns to allow you to upsell or to predict future demand better? What's the shape of your business insurance going to be going forward? How will that map against employees' own home insurance? Do you need to change compensation packages to reflect any shifts in business risk? And finally, how are your environmental resource management plans going to change? Can you use a more diffused workforce to reduce your business and their personal carbon footprint? I've thrown an awful lot at you there, but I hope it's been a useful set of questions. There's an awful amount in there to unpack. You'll probably need to go over this again at some point. But we'd be delighted to work with you on working through those, unpacking them with you. And if you think that would be of help, then please, of course, drop me a line at david@dinglelane.co.uk or visit us on our website at www.dinglelane.co.uk. Thank you very much for your time.